breaking right now on India Today. Shashikala is likely to brief the media, is likely to talk within the next hour, in fact within the next 45 minutes from now. It is quite surprising and quite uncharacteristic because over the last few days we've seen someone who so far had been very, very reticent. Remember, after the death of Jayalalitha, the first time ever perhaps that people had even heard Shashikala speak was at the India Today South Conclave, where she had remembered Amma and had cried for her. But since then, ever since this power struggle began, and especially now over the last 3 days, we've seen Shashikala get progressively more aggressive, more vocal, perhaps sensing that she has, that O Paneerselvam has managed to steal a march over her as far as capturing the public imagination is concerned. Remember, with OPS, there is a dedicated IT cell which is working there, reaching out to people, sending them audio messages, telling them to support O Paneerselvam. You have even this online campaign being run to turn Poise Garden into a memorial for Jayalalitha. And while all of this is happening, the silence from Shashikala certainly wasn't helping. So she has tried to build this entire emotional narrative, talking about how she has been victimized, she has been deliberately targeted by the same people, and she said this, by the same people who tried to pull down Jayalalitha, and now they're doing the same to him and same to her. And in fact, now if I can just show you where we had seen relative silence, relative empty spaces outside Poise Garden, we are seeing more and more of these vehicles carrying AIADMK cadres, senior leaders, all prominently with the AIADMK flag, and most of them also carrying Jayalalitha's picture on them. So all of this is happening today. Let me quickly get in Akshaya for more on this story. Akshaya, it's going to be a very critical day in terms of that report, which is that affidavit which is going to be submitted in the Madras High Court in just a while from now. Is there a likelihood that perhaps Shashikala is going to speak in that regard? What are your sources telling you?
Well, Padma has seen that the affidavit will be submitted today by the police officials. We've been hearing that around 12 o'clock this will be submitted at the Madras High Court. But we are also being told that most of the MLAs who are at the Golden Bay Resort, Shashikala has insisted that they're staying there on their own will and not being forcefully made to stay there. So she's trying to ensure that everybody is happy. And in fact, last evening we had even seen her taking the media personnel with her and trying to make them interact with the MLAs and trying to make them understand that the MLAs are a family for her, and nothing is there which is done forcefully. In fact, earlier we have seen Jayalalitha saying that the party is like a military party and there's only one leader who was Jayalalitha, and now Shashikala has started calling it the family party with all the MLAs being her family members. So there's a stark difference in the way the MLAs are being treated also. And we've already seen that twice she has gone and interacted with them. The first time it was not much fruitful. The second time, at least, she's been trying to project herself to the leader, the lioness, as she wanted herself to be called. But Padmaja, what we are hearing is it is a tough situation. We'll have to wait and watch as to what the court will say today after hearing the affidavit out. Padmaja.
Akshaya, stay with me because again I want to show you all of these people, busloads of people in cars coming in. They are from every district. In fact, the word has gone out from Shashikala that while O Paneerselvam might have the first movers advantage in terms of rallying numbers behind him, now Shashikala is also trying to catch up. Is it working? My colleague Shalini Lobo sent us this report.
Activity starts here outside Chinnamma's house. Here you can see a group of people, supporters. Hardly much compared to the turnout as compared to former Chief Minister Jayalalitha. All of them shouting slogans. A very small group of men and women holding the flag up high and marching down the road leading to Poise Garden, where former Jayalalitha's house is currently occupied by VK Shashikala and her family. As you can see, this is nothing compared to the crowd this lane used to gather when you saw Jayalalitha, who they all lovingly called Amma Purichi Talaivi, when she occupied this house. Now this, another thing I must add is this crowd is nothing compared to what we saw at OPS's house, what we've been seeing in O Paneerselvam's house. The place brimming with life, a carnival of sorts, music blaring, people people eating, people having a field day. This is hardly a 50 people group here marching down this lane. I can't even hear slogans right now. They've gone down there. Very, very, very sad state of affairs, if I might add. With camera person Dinesh Lal, Shalini Lobo for India Today.
So far, she has sought repeated appointments with Governor Vidyasagar Rao. They haven't been given to her. There is a fear that maybe more MLAs might try and jump over to OPS's side. So it was in that effort that Shashikala again tried to reassure and reinforce her support base among the MLAs, making those 2 trips on 2 consecutive days to the Golden Bay Resort. But running out of options, is Shashikala now set to take her battle to Rashtrapati Bhavan? Here is what one of her supporters, one of the people in her camp, who's also the Karnataka in charge of the AIADMK, and accompanied her to the resort to regroup all the MLAs, told India Today.
Any plan of meeting presidents or going to meet governor?
It is possibility. Everything is possibility. That is a real plan. Tomorrow this governor again keeping quiet. This is unfortunate. This is a democratic country. The constitution completely, the murder of democracy, I can say, this is the thing going on. If governor, they don't want to react this, as for the democratic, he don't want respect to us, then no other way.
Wait. All right, so you can see now all of these people, busloads of them being brought in from the adjoining districts of Chennai. All of them, young and old, a large number of women as well in all of these buses being brought into the house of Shashikala here at Forest Garden. So there is absolute chaos here, you can imagine, in this narrow lane outside Forest, outside Vedanilayam, where yesterday there was almost no one barring the media. You have a huge contingent of people who have been brought in, and Shalini Lobo, I believe, is right in their midst. What is the purpose? Why this sudden surge of support today? What are you hearing from these people, Shalini?
Well, all these people gathered here today, and as I speak, more buses, more jeeps, MPs, more ministers, the sports minister just came here, a lot of people filing in, Shashikala loyalists coming in here today, and all of them interestingly blaming holding governor with our response chaos, that saying that come out now. Shashikala elected.
Okay, I think there is a bit of a problem. Remember, that's a very, very congested area, and now with so many people streaming in, there is a problem getting through to Shalini. While we attempt to do that, Akshita, at OPS's house, people were gloating about how there's a sea of people out there to support OPS, to felicitate him, to meet him. Now that finally we are seeing the numbers outside Forest Garden, is there a hint of nervousness? Is there any reaction from there?
I think it's a sense of competition really, Padmaja, because Tamil Nadu is known for that kind of politics, ensuring people are on the ground, ensuring psychophancy. Jayalalitha really was known to have built that around her. And now the fact that, we're seeing so many people come together, ground level workers, we've had a transport union also come together here to show their solidarity with O. Paneerselvam. And with that kind of crowd coming in and with the sentiment really growing that Paneerselvam has the masses support, it looks like this is an attempt by the Shashikala camp to also make it seem that she too has the people's support, that she too is popular among the masses. Unfortunately, maybe it's a little too late. Maybe this was a step that should have been done earlier, considering, of course, we've seen over the last few days the numbers only increasing here at Paneerselvam's residence. Having said that, Padmaja, yes, we're seeing a lot of people turning up here, ground level workers, we're seeing people from all walks of life, even families coming here in the evenings to show their support and solidarity with O. Paneerselvam. A number of former MLAs have already turned up. I've been seeing a number of cars actually going in, even as Paneerselvam continues to meet all of them. His house is pretty much turned into an office now. It's also become, of course, a place where all supporters have been gathering in huge numbers, chanting slogans for O. Paneerselvam. As far as Shashikala Natarajan is concerned, keeping in mind the recent developments, especially over the weekend with a number of people who've switched over to the OPS camp, who've now joined OPS's side, she is no doubt very, very nervous, and we'll have to wait and watch to see what her next move is. As you told her, she will be speaking to the media today in less than an hour. It's the third time for the third day, Padmaja. So you can imagine how rattled she and her camp must be. Paneerselvam, on his part, in possibly another 20-25 minutes, we can expect him to be moving out of his residence. We were told that at 12 o'clock he will be making his way to the State Secretariat. He will be having a series of meetings there as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, really stamping and sealing his authority, maintaining that, he may be the caretaker Chief Minister, but he is the Chief Minister nonetheless. There are also some reports suggesting that after that, O. Paneerselvam may make his way to the Golden Bay Resort, but that is unconfirmed at this point. But if he does, I think it's guaranteed, Padmaja, that we will expect quite a bit of drama, quite a bit of action at the resort, because we've seen Shashikala going there twice. If Paneerselvam lands up there, we can only imagine the fireworks that will break out, and possibly then we'll know if these MLAs have really pledged their support to Shashikala Natarajan or not.
Right. Well, absolutely, the caretaker Chief Minister for now has taken care that he is ahead as far as the war for public perception is concerned. But Team Shashikala are playing catch-up. Are they succeeding, Shalini? You're right in their midst.
I'm right in the midst, Padmaja, but I was there yesterday at OPS's house also, and I must say it was a huge turnout there. Over here, you do see people, you do see cars on the other side filing, ministers coming in, MLAs, ministers coming in, all of them walking in, cars with the AIA, DMK flags on it. But if I can show you down this road, there's not much of people, so this extends all the way down the block. And when we had former Chief Minister Jayalalitha get in the midst of anything, the entire block used to be crowded. There wasn't place for cars to come down this road, but today you can see cars filing in, and it's just this area in front of a gate outside the JTV office that you see a lot of people. I'm saying a lot of people, but very honestly, if you compare it to what the Chief Minister's house has seen before, this is not much. These people all standing here waiting for Chinnamma, hoping that she will take on as Chief Minister. She's got her loyal aide, Sengotian, in there with her. The Sports Minister just walked a little while back. He entered the house as well. Heavy security deployed. We can't go beyond a certain point. And loyalists and party cadres over here, they were shouting slogans a while back, but not anymore. Everyone raising their hands, the AIA DMK signature style, which is the two twin leaves, the sign of victory, which represents the twin leaves of the party flag. People standing here in line, raising the flag, shouting slogans as well, and hoping that Chinnamma will address them soon. So what we hear is she might address the press at around 2:30 in the afternoon, but that's not confirmed yet. But on the people over here want to say that they want Chinnamma back in power, that she is the one who will take forward Jayalalitha's legacy. But then it all comes down to what will happen at the floor test, what everyone is waiting for. Will it be on OPS's side or will it be on Chinnamma's side?
All right, and there's news just coming in. Shalini and Akshita, stay with me because there's news just coming in for everyone who was questioning the role of the governor, for the legal minds who were questioning why a delay is taking place in the governor, giving an opportunity to either party, to either of the two sides to prove their majority. Now the centre has fully backed the decision taken by Governor Vidyasagar Rao. Speaking to India Today, in fact, Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu has said that he has followed the letter and spirit of the Constitution. Kamalji Sandhu with us on the phone line on that. What about what the jurists are saying? What about what senior lawyers are saying, that this delay is not something that is very comfortable?
Well, Padmaja, Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu has clearly backed the governor at a time when there is heavy criticism of the governor as to why there has been so much delay in a decision where obviously the state seems to have thrown into a crisis situation. Now, yes, remember, both Shashikala and O.P. Paneerselvam have been fighting to stake a claim at who would be the CM. But yes, at this point of time, the centre clearly backing the governor, saying no motive can be attributed to the governor, that he's only discharging his duty. There's actually a chief minister already in place talking about O. Paneerselvam. So clearly at this point of time, there seems to be criticism coming in the way of the governor. Remember, he holds the additional charge other than Maharashtra, the fact that he'd been away for quite some time. But at this point of time, centre firmly backing the governor. Though remember, there is criticism, Soli Sorabji also mentioned earlier, that the decision regarding the chief minister and who will form the government should not be delayed indefinitely. Remember, the court case is firmly being awaited So this is something there has been criticism of, but at this point of time, centre seems to be backing the governor.
All right, and I also have to ask you this because, you know, the newest refrain that we're hearing from outside the house of Shashikala, and every time a sizable number of cadre here assemble, we have slogans being raised, Kamaljeet, that O Paneerselvam is actually an agent of the BJP and the RSS. Those are the freshest slogans to rent the air. Did the centre have any response to that whatsoever about political interference by the party and perhaps by the centre in the evolving situation in Tamil Nadu?
At this point of time, what we've seen and what central ministers, including Rajnath Singh, have said, this is a matter of internal politics of the state of Tamil Nadu. So clearly, at one point of time, they are distancing themselves. Where the centre's role comes into play is when we talk about the governor. So yes, even though that the government is watching from a distance as to what is really happening, and remember, there have been a talk about how there is a hostage situation where the MLAs have been taken to a particular Golden Bay resort. There's been a talk about how there seems to be a division of votes even in terms of the MLAs. The fact remains that the centre seems to have distance. But what is important is that AIADMK will play an important role when it comes to having selection of the vice president and the president. The election of the entire procedure is just a couple of months away. So yes, the centre does seem to have a certain stake. Remember, the law and order at this point of time firmly also with the state government. So they're keeping an eye on the situation, keenly watching with the interest. They also are aware about how there seems to be a criticism about the handling of the situation by the governor. But they've been saying that this is only the task of the governor and of the judiciary, that centre has very little role to play.
All right, and thank you very much, Kamaljeet, for joining us. And like you mentioned, the governor and the judiciary, these are the various forums that have been approached by either side. In fact, we know that the affidavit that had been sought by the Madras High Court by the police on allegations that MLAs, about 129 of them, are being held hostage by the Shashikala camp, that affidavit is going to be submitted today. It's also going to be crucial because we will get details of exactly how many MLAs are there inside those two resorts, because those numbers have varied. While Shashikala says that about 129 are with her, the Paneerselvam camp claims that not more than 90 or 80 are around, and even those are being kept there under coercion. They aren't being allowed to speak to their family. Remember, yesterday a missing persons report had also been filed by one person about an MLA who was said to be inside Golden Bay. Another MLA's family had alleged that he is not keeping in good health, and yet he is not being allowed to leave the resort or speak to his family. Today, that report is going to be submitted, so all of those details will come out. Also, we have reported, Revati Rajivan has reported about how the Tehsildars have spoken in detail to most of those MLAs and spoken about the conditions under which they are being kept. But even as all of this happens, the murmurs really are about the contrast between the two houses, the two big power centers currently in Tamil Nadu. One here at Forest Garden and the second at the house of O Paneerselvam. While we see relative silence, barring the last 2-3 days here at Forest Garden, at Paneerselvam's house you have regular train of people coming in, joining him, but strangely there are more MPs who seem to be supporting him now than MLAs. Here's how things have become a little better for OPS with more people crossing over. All right, Akshita continues to be live with us from O Paneerselvam's residence, and Shalini at the house of Shashikala. And there are murmurs now that maybe Shashikala could be headed yet again to the Golden Bay Resort. This even as she is in talks currently right now, Shalini, with the seniors of her party, with some former MLAs and ministers speaking outside. What are they saying?
So right now she's inside. The meeting is going on inside. A huge crowd gathered here. I can't show you, but amidst this crowd is former Minister Vaigi Chelvan addressing the media, all talking about Shashikala and what the plan, what the camp will do next, what is the next move. He's addressing the media there. He's also the media coordinator for the party. But as far as going to the Golden Bay Resort, it is not confirmed yet. And if she does go, that's 3 days in a row, going all the way to the resort, meeting MLAs. Now this raises a huge question. Why is there a need to go every single day over there? And reports are the same, that they're uncomfortable there. And, you know, even though she says that she has all support of all MLAs inside the resort, we see more MLAs jump teams. Now, this is something that's very, this is something that we need to see that they all blame the governor for the fact that he's the one who's letting this horse trading take place, that he should finally take a hard stand.
Shalini, we'll leave you to track the developments over there as well as Akshita. Thanks both for joining us. Quick break, but remember, in a while we are expecting Shashikala to speak out yet again, maybe even make some movement towards the resort, but that is only a murmur right now. It's not confirmed that she's indeed going to go to Golden Bay.